Hey everyone, thanks for all of you who are coming to watch this a little bit later on as a replay if you weren't catching it here in live time. So I wanted to I've been wanting to pop on here and share more about what are ancestral arts, what is women's wisdom, and what that means in terms of coming to a retreat in Costa Rica. So I've had a lot of questions. What is the theme of your retreat? What does that mean to connect with ancestral arts? Hey ladies, and women's wisdom. So ancestral arts. You don't need to be an artist. You don't need to be a singer or a painter or a musician or a writer to come on this retreat. It's not necessarily an art-focused retreat, and yet you can be. And you don't necessarily have to have a strong connection with your ancestors or have even connected with your ancestors before. The word ancestral arts may not land really deep or resonate with you, and yet know that there's a deeper part of your soul that wants to connect in that way. And so the ancestral arts is, for me anyway, it's really important to say, hey everyone, it's really important to say that we all come from different cultures. We all come from different traditions. I'm sure so many of you have your favorite traditions that you carry on in your home or that you grew up with in your family. And so we all have, every group of people, every different culture has its own arts, its own ways of being in the world. And so I want to honor that. And at the same time, something that we all have in common is connecting with nature and really coming back to connecting with the elements. And this is something that I would go as far as saying that all of our ancestors did. And so this retreat is really an opportunity for you as a woman to gather with other women and to come and connect with the earth, connect with the elements of air, water, fire, ether, and really immerse yourself in this getaway. So what else did I want? There's so much that I want to share. I'm just going to check my notes here. So this retreat is really some of the content and the practices that will be shared is really an opportunity to honor the ancestors who have come before us. So all of the people in your lineage who have come before you and all that they have really gone through and experienced in their own life. So that you could be here, so that we could be here. So it's not necessarily about going back and living in old times. We're not necessarily learning skills so that we don't use washing machines anymore, or that we have to build a fire outside of our house to make our morning tea or morning breakfast. It's not necessarily about going back in time. It's about recognizing what are the practices, what are the ways of life that have nourished my ancestors and the people before us, that keep us in a way that is living harmonious with the earth, though a way of living that we feel balanced, that we feel nourished. And so this retreat honors women from all walks of life, from all traditions, from all cultures, and really coming back to that most basic and beautiful simplicity of being in communion with the earth. So we're going to be, some of the ancestral arts workshops that we're going to be doing are going to be using our hands to work with pottery, to work with clay, and to make our own kind of vessels or figurines or whatever you feel called. We're going to be spending a lot of time walking on the earth, walking through the jungle, seated on the earth, walking to waterfalls, immersing yourself in really healing waters and remembering what that feels like, not just to swim, yes, for the fun of it, but also to what does that mean to commune with the element of water, to be renewed, to be baptized, to be in these waters that are so pure. We're going to have a fire building workshop, and this isn't, again, about the skill. Like maybe for some of you, it will be a great skill and you can go home and you can build fires in your backyard. But what it's really about is, what does that feel like? What does that reawaken in us to collect firewood, to work with our breath, to work with the element of fire, and to build that sacred fire with other women and then to sit around that fire and to sing songs that we can rejoice and celebrate and go through triumphs and challenges. What are the songs that we sing while we're sitting underneath the stars, while we're sitting underneath the moon, and we're connecting with our heart, with our womb space? And so this retreat is really about activating something in you that is already there, that is awakened when we come together in sisterhood and when we really immerse ourselves with the elements mixed with the traditions that, again, not necessarily traditions that maybe your grandmother, your great-grandmother did, but these traditions that really sustain us and allow us, like I said, to feel in balance and in harmony, in peace in our everyday life. And like I was saying, it's not about giving up your washing machine, because, I love my washing machine and it's super convenient. And at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot of power of women walking together and going and washing their clothes by the river, which so many women are still doing in the world today. And I think there's something beautiful in that. Or we can be so grateful to open our taps and have clean drinking water. And I think there's a lot to be said of every day taking that sacred pilgrimage of your feet on the earth and walking to the nearby well and carrying, this vessel and being in ritual in your daily life. So women's wisdom and ancestral arts is really about taking that space for yourself out of your daily life so that you can really go back with that appreciation of living in a way that every day every moment is a ritual, it's a ceremony, you're in communion, there's presence. And so this speaks a lot to the ancestral arts part. We're also going to be working a lot with different herbs, learning about the herbs in the greenhouse at the Farm of Life. So the retreat is held in Costa Rica at the Farm of Life, and we'll also dry some of those herbs to make some smudging ones. So we're really going to be working with our hands and really immersing ourselves in that earth element, which is just very grounding and like I said, sustaining. And the piece of women's wisdom is really, again, taking this time to be with other women in circle, to remember the knowledge that we, again, all carry and is waiting to be reawakened, that maybe skipped some generations and hasn't been passed down to us. And we are the ones that we're waiting for, and we are the ones that feel ready to awaken that. So some of the themes that we'll be talking about as we gather will be about rites of passage. What is the importance of women going through different rites of passage and different rituals and ceremonies and being honored and witnessed and supported in these different times of our life? And as women, this is very much marked with our menstrual cycle and with our bleeding time. And so we're going to merge these blood mysteries, these moon mysteries, with rites of passages and learn more about ourselves as women, and also what does it mean to be a woman at this time. Daily circles that I share. So we always have like a different waterfall excursion, or go to the beach, or go to the waterfall. And we also have daily circles where we will deepen into these topics. And one of my favorite practices is allowing and opening a safe space for us to really explore who is it that I truly am as a woman, and how do I want to be in the world, versus who have I been taught that I need to be, or what are the constructs or the projections or the conditionings that society says this is what it means to be a woman. So this retreat can, in a really loving way, be that support for us to shed that skin and really rediscover what is already here. And so if you've been a mother for the last, however many years, you may only just see yourself in that role. Or if you've been, wherever your workplace is, if you just see yourself in that role. So it's like really offering that opportunity to recognize who we truly are, and to take off those skins, to take off those different hats, and remember who we are. So the retreat is being held January 25th to February 1st. We have space and a variety of different accommodations still. It's a beautiful group of women that are coming together. And so if this feels like something that's calling you, if Costa Rica is calling you, if community and sisterhood and being with other women that you really feel understand you and that you could be, in a non-judgmental space with, and really be accepted exactly as you are, and held in by nature, held in the land, held in this community, and with my support and guidance. Would really love to welcome you. I've been offering these retreats at the farm, these 8-day all-inclusive retreats since 2017. So this is another opportunity. I also have a retreat in March with plant medicine. But yeah, I just wanted to share more about, some of you were asking, what does that mean? What does this retreat entail? So I just wanted to give a little more info. So feel free to check my bio that has the link for the retreat. All right, thanks so much for tuning in.